Am I in the right? Story time. It happened a while ago, but my mother keeps messaging me, asking me to forgive my sister, 34 female. And in my opinion, I, 30 female, just cannot. Here's a little background. I married her best friend, the one that she dated for maybe 2 weeks, long distance. I believe she is only acting this way because she is jealous. I moved 1,000 miles away from my family. The main reason being emotional and mental abuse. My sister, all of our lives, has made our lives into a competition. For example, my maternal family disowned me for a medical condition. And my sister has always had to rub that in my face whenever she went to see them. Or even as kids, I would call my maternal family to see if I could sleep over, spend the night. The answer was, no, I have to clean my blinds. 10 minutes later, my sister would ask the same people the same thing, and the answer was always yes, and immediate. That was the start of the emotional abuse. When I graduated high school, I lost a good amount of weight. I was 160 pounds and only then weighed 113 pounds. My sister set up that she would give me the nickname of Fatty. Have her friends also call me that and continue to call me that up until I went no contact. I got pregnant with my first child at 18, and she still called me fat the whole pregnancy. Okay, your sister's just a douche canoe. You know that, right? I hope so. I even lost all of the pregnancy weight I gained as soon as my child was born. It was the kind of torment that scars you for life. Even to this day, I find ways to hate on my weight because of how I was treated. Even though my husband always disagrees, I was not in the least bit healthy at 113 pounds either. So, story 2019, I had my second child. I live far away and my sister decided to come visit me, which is all good. She told me she needed me to watch her two kids. Okay, that is fine as I was their aunt. However, her child had an extremely high fever. I called her and told her he needed to see a doctor, and her response was, he's fine. He'll get over it. Even though I had a newborn and her kid was coming into my room every 2 hours, I got very little sleep. Then, when she was supposed to return to my house, she told me she was going to stay an extra week. I had no choice in the matter. Wait. So she came to visit you. She left her kids with you, then dipped out. And on the day she's supposed to come back and get them, she calls you and tells you you have no choice. You're keeping your kids for another week. All right. Your sister just upgraded from douche canoe to complete asshole. Then comes to when they actually return to the house. She said, my husband and I can take a day for alone time. Oh, how giving. You leave your kids there with no warning because you were coming to visit your sister. Then you give her no choice, leave them there for an additional week. And your response when you come back is, let me give you a day. Lady, I want the 2 weeks back that you stole from me. Just saying. Then comes to when they actually return to the house. My sister said to my husband and I that we could take a day for alone time. Mind you, she was gone for 2 weeks, so we took the offer. We left at 8 p.m. that night, not even gone 12 hours, and she messaged me stating, when are you coming back? I need you here. So my husband and I went back home. My newborn son was sitting in a diaper covered in pee and poo. No wonder he was so upset. That's not even the worst of it, though. When my sister and her husband and kids had to leave, I saw my child needed to blow her nose and I told her to do so. She gave attitude, so my husband brought her up to the room to go into timeout. My child already said her goodbyes to the family, however. In the next few days, DCF showed up at my doorstep saying they got a call that my husband dragged my daughter up to her room with bruises all over her back and stomach. The bruises that they were referring to are her birthmarks. Good Lord. They are also known as stork bites. I had absolutely nothing to hide, and I talked to the DCF caseworker and showed her the birthmark, to which the worker declared this was a call that came from jealousy, it seemed. I confronted my sister about it, and even told her, "Whoever did this will be out of my life for good." She told me, yes, it was her. She spent the whole car ride crying and decided to call. I asked her why. If she had any issue with anything, she should have opened her mouth and said something, which she didn't. It's been 6 years since that incident. My mother always tells me she hopes I can forgive and that cousins should be able to play with one another. However, I feel as if I did the right thing because my husband was very upset about the whole situation. So I cut my sister off. I don't regret it. As in a marriage, you should defend your spouse. I guess my question here is, am I overstepping how I handled the situation? Should I forgive my sister? Not only did she lose her sister, but she also lost her best friend. I'm divided on how to feel. In one aspect, she did way too much damage to me to deserve forgiveness. In another aspect, I'm a lover and I always give chances for people to prove they are better. Am I in the right? Here's what I'm going to tell you. No, your sister isn't owed forgiveness. Your parents may wish that you would do that, but it's not up to them. Ultimately, this is what it breaks down to. Your sister did something that was one, just egregious. She leaves you with her kids for 2 weeks while her and her husband go off and do whatever it is they want to do. When she came under the guise of, I want to visit my sister, a week into her already being gone, she then tells you, you have no choice. You're going to have the kids for another week. And mind you, at this point, you have a 2-week-old newborn as well as your other child. The level of audacity that your sister has hit is at an all-time high. But then to tell you, we're going to give you a day so that you and your husband can have time. And in less than 12 hours, she's messaging you, telling you, you need to come home. I need you here. She couldn't handle 24 hours after leaving you with her kids for 2 weeks? No. Then on top of that, for her to go directly to DCF, which I'm guessing is a lot like CPS, without even saying anything to you or asking you, like, hey, what are those marks on her back? So that you could have easily said, those are her birthmarks, the stork bites. No. She went to DEFCON 5 immediately when she left your house. And now your mom wants you to forgive her. But let's see. Your sister, who did make life a competition growing up and liked to rub things in your face, it seems like maybe she might have been jealous to see how nice your life was and decided she wanted to add a little bit of chaos by throwing in DCF. One way or another, it was a bitch move. Your sister's a bitch, period. Nowhere in here did I hear anything of her ever coming to apologize to you, try and make amends, just your mom saying you should forgive her. No. Here's what people forget to understand. If person A does something absolutely horrendous to person B, person A and all their little cohorts do not get to determine when person B has to forgive. They have actions that have consequences. And if the consequences are the lack of forgiveness, that's on them. Had they not taken those actions, the situation wouldn't exist. People don't get to tell you whether you should forgive, forget, move on. What they need to do is hold your sister accountable for her actions. Now, if your sister took accountability and over time actually tried to make amends, much better.